This morning, a mistrial is declared in a high-profile murder case in Mingo County, West Virginia. We'll catch you up. And the suspect at the center of a nearly 5-year-long investigation into pipe bombs placed near the nation's capital is now in custody.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Caroline Mueller. Today's date is December 5th, and we are inching up on that 5 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, as much as I listen to your forecast, each time it can never prepare me for seeing that snow when I'm getting ready in the morning. I'll catch a glimpse of it. I'm always just so shocked. I just don't think I'm used to it accumulating so much and actually sticking, but it really does here in the mountains.
Yeah, it really does, especially since we've seen those very cold temperatures for an extended period of time. And that's what we're still going to continue to watch over the next hour or so. Let's take a look at those advisories we have put in place. Winter weather advisory has been pulled back, now only containing those counties highlighted in purple. And in terms of where we're seeing some of those wintry mix chances still in the forecast, well, you can see that out and about, extending from portions of Clay County all the way into portions of Mingo and Logan, West Virginia. We'll continue to watch that until about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then we're looking at partly cloudy skies for the remainder of your day. Here's a look at those temperatures. 30s all across the region, some upper 20s out and about too. 29 right now in Jackson, 28 in Moorhead, and by the time we head into the afternoon, it's still going to be cold. Unfortunately, not going to see too much of a warmth at all today. Upper 30s and low 40s are your forecast highs, hitting the high temperatures around that 4 o'clock time frame. Caroline.
Sounds good, Megan. Thank you. A man is arrested for reportedly stabbing his girlfriend. Wayne County Sheriff's deputies arrested Jeremy Kempton Wednesday night. His girlfriend told police he came home intoxicated and started being aggressive toward her and breaking things. Deputies say Kempton then grabbed a knife and tried to stab her. She was stabbed in the hand while trying to defend herself. Kempton is charged with second-degree assault and domestic violence. A mistrial was declared yesterday in a high-profile case involving the murder of a state trooper in Mingo County, West Virginia. Charlie Roth tells us why the judge made that ruling.
The trial for a man accused of ambushing and killing a West Virginia state trooper will be delayed even further. Timothy Kennedy is standing trial for the murder of Trooper Corey Maynard, who was killed in June 2023 when responding to a crime scene. After 3.5 days of jury selection, Judge Joshua Butcher granted the defendant's motion to declare a mistrial for what he called juror misconduct. He did not specify what that misconduct was.
After 3 straight days, 3.5 straight days now of voir dire, and after having inquired of nearly 100 Mingo Countyans on general voir dire questions, and after having spoken with approximately 66 jurors on an individualized basis, upon a motion of the defense based upon an incident of juror misconduct that occurred during the course of voir dire, the court has seen fit to grant the motion for mistrial, and I'm seeing fit to declare a mistrial in this case.
The trial, which was set to begin next week, will be delayed until some point next year. Attorneys for both sides will meet to set a new trial date soon. Judge Butcher also set to rule on the defendant's motion to move the trial elsewhere, which he said he would rule on after the jury selection process. Charlie Roth, WSAZ, Mingo County.
We have more about this case on WYMT.com, and we'll let you know when a new trial date is set. We also learned Judge Mullins' widow filed a civil lawsuit against Steins and 3 employees at the sheriff's office. It mentions Steins' quote, concerning and dangerous behavior in the days before the shooting. They say Steins' co-workers should have done something to warn Judge Mullins, and their negligence led to his death. Steins wants to be dismissed from the lawsuit, arguing he's protected by sovereign immunity. A hearing on that is scheduled for January. The suspect at the center of a nearly 5-year-long investigation into pipe bombs placed near the nation's capital is now in custody. Brian Cole Jr. was arrested early Thursday morning in Woodbridge, Virginia, approximately 23 miles from Washington, D.C. Cole is being charged with transporting a bomb and attempting malicious destruction by means of explosive materials, with more charges likely on the way.
This execution was flawless in terms of teamwork, resilience, and just a good old-fashioned way of police getting the job done. When you let good cops be cops, this is what happens.
Law enforcement could not say more about the suspect or what exactly was the big break in the case, but hinted it was some piece of forensic evidence. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the case is still ongoing and more information will be revealed later. Luigi Mangione returned to court in New York yesterday. The 27-year-old is charged in connection with the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The focus of the hearing centered around Mangione's interaction with police officers who arrested him at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 5 days into a manhunt. A bit of clarity, but lingering questions this morning after members of Congress were briefed on that controversial second military strike on a suspected drug boat near Venezuela. Lawmakers are scrutinizing the role of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in the attack, which was ordered by a Navy admiral who spoke to lawmakers yesterday. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill reports from New York.
Peppered with questions on Capitol Hill.
Do you accept responsibility for the incident, sir?
U.S. Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley told lawmakers behind closed doors that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth did not issue an order to kill them all, as reported in the Washington Post, regarding this military strike on an alleged drug boat. But after watching for the first time the controversial second hit, Democrats held on to concerns.
What I saw in that room was one of the most troubling things I've seen in my time in public service. You have two individuals in clear distress, without any means of locomotion, with a destroyed vessel, who were killed by the United States.
Two survivors shipwrecked after the first strike were killed in the second, prompting questions about whether that attack was legal. Some Republicans argue it was justified.
I saw two survivors trying to flip a boat loaded with drugs bound for the United States back over so they could stay in the fight. And potentially, given all the context we heard, of other narco-terrorist boats in the area coming to their aid. Amid growing questions surrounding the mission and Hegseth's role in it, earlier this week, the defense secretary said he witnessed the first strike but left the room before the second one.
Admiral Bradley made the correct decision to ultimately sink the boat and eliminate the threat.
Democrats are now pushing for Admiral Bradley to testify publicly. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The Pentagon hasn't said whether that would happen voluntarily. There's also no indication yet whether the Pentagon will release more of the video to the public. Overall trust in scientists remains high in the U.S., but varies greatly depending on a person's political beliefs. A National Cancer Institute study found that 86% of Americans have a high level of trust in scientists as a source of cancer information. However, among conservatives, only 70% said they trust scientists, while among liberals, the number was 93%. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, Toys for Tats, a unique tradition bringing joy to children in need.
And look out for slick spots this morning on the roads. It's a First Alert Weather Day.